Hey, what's up everybody? Commander Radix here, and today we're going to be doing something different. In my history of doing YouTube, I've gotten a lot of comments, and most of them aren't great. The light's flickering on my OBS. Is it flickering for you guys? Because that would be unfortunate. Frankly, I don't know what's up with my webcam. If you look back at some of my older videos, my webcam is of better quality, and I don't know what happened between now and then. That made my webcam all bad. But whatever, where was I? Comments. I get a lot of comments, and sometimes you guys know if you've browsed YouTube enough that YouTube comments are a different sort of literature, but there are some comments that are behind the scenes that you don't really get to see. And there are comments that are held for review automatically by YouTube, and comments that are counted as spam immediately by YouTube. And I've let my held for review and spam folder sort of accumulate for a long time. But typically when I see a comment that's clearly a fine comment, like a good comment, I'll approve it and let it show up. But today we're going to look at my spam folder and my held for review folder and see if maybe I should let some of the comments go out into the public, or if I should delete them to clean up my spam folder. So that's the adventure we're going on today. So here are the comments. This is normal comments that are up there. And let's go into held for review. We have 7 of them here. Now, it's important for these comments for you to understand that if you see a comment that's being replied to, the reply comment is the one that's being held back. This comment from Weebot is still up there. You can see that. That is there. But what's held back is this reply. So, to begin with, this comment that replies to Weebot is just shouting out their own video, which, no. This is the reason why I don't let... A lot of the held for review comments here are held because there are links in them, and I don't allow links in my comment section. Because of this, because of people shouting out their own stuff. So we're gonna Thanos snap this comment here. And next we have a comment on the Transformers gender and relationship video. In fact, if you look, a lot of my held for review comments are on the Transformers gender and relationship videos. But this one says, at Primus Prime 22, that was my name back in the day. But in Transformers, there was a Decepticon that had... wrecking balls, if that's what you're talking about, but that's not functioning. Let's, this is just like the typical, a lot of my comments back during the days I did Transformers lore were like this. A lot of people not knowing what they're talking about, or a lot of people just being annoying. I have to go the extra mile to approve these comments, and I'm not going to approve a comment that I just don't care about, or I just look at it and think, wow, that's a bad comment, so we're going to remove this one. There is high standards for comments I'll allow back into the world, you know? This comment here, this is on the Transformers lore gender and relationships video. 617 looks at the bottom right corner of the screen. Wait, what is that? That would be a screen cap from Transformers Legends, the manga, where there are female Transformers cosplaying, and it's canon. Frankly, this comment just comes off as being very unoriginal. Like, haha, that is weird to us, so let's point out that it's weird. Get out of here. The same comment comes up here. Hold up 1 microsecond here. By the way, I hate it when people, when Transformers fans, use Transformer terminology. That's a normal conversation. That's very, to use an overused word, that's very cringe to me. So already we're not on a good start. 618, hold up 1 microsecond here. Where do I find those cosplaying Transformers? I believe I mentioned it in the video, didn't I? And if I didn't, you can certainly do your own research. But I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the video where it's from. So this person just has 2 time comments. One of them is just a face, and one of them is gay XD on Transformers lore gender and relationships, and I don't think either of these comments really add to the conversation, so let's clear that up here. So on my Transformers lore Sector 7 video, one person says it's sad Bay likes to ignore these comments, and then another person responded talking about something I already made a video on, and then links a Transformers wiki page, and I guess by this point in time, you guys already know how I feel about the Transformers wiki page, so we're gonna get rid of that. And alright, we cleared up the held for review comments. How many were spared? How many made it to the real world? 0. Now let's take a look at the spam folder, because the spam folder is gonna be worse. Alrighty, right off the bat in the spam folder, we have 2 comments on 2 different videos that just say, okay. There are some comments I really hate. By the way, it's interesting. Hate comments really aren't the comments that annoy me the most. The comments that annoy me the most are stuff like first and okay. Because there are 2 okays here, I'm already tempted to just ban this person. But I know they've posted some comments before that were fine, so we're not going to ban them. But we will delete these 2 comments if my computer would respond to me. Boom, boom. This dude on the genital system video just yells, "Why Japan?" and then exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point. Now, I hate stuff like this, especially from someone who is part Japanese. Like, you think I'm just gonna allow you guys to, like, just sort of bash Japan for something that... You don't see people just screaming, "Why America?" for, like, and generalizing the entire society just through something like My Little Pony. So we're going to Thanos snap that one. Confused Doge on the VR chat video. Pretty great video. Well, that seems like a good comment, but here's what happens. Sometimes when you get comments that just say, "Great video," it's really just someone trying to draw attention to their own channel. But right now, it seems pretty fine. So let's take a look at their channel. The channel was taking too long to load, but from what I saw, it looked fine. I prefer... Part of the reason this is probably counted as spam is because it's hard to tell if this is just a spam thing or not. But I'm going to allow it. I typically prefer stuff like that to elaborate more about what made the video great. But we're going to approve this one. So that's our first comment we've let out into the wild. So a comment from the Transformers Lore, the Shroud comment. So all of this was caused by the Autobots of the Shattered Glass continuity and... Okay, so that just summarizes what the video is about. That doesn't really add anything to the conversation. It doesn't even put an opinion in there. It's just summarizing the video. So yeah, that we don't really need that here. Now, Ultrox's comment, this is on the Mask Transformers thing where Matt Tracker's character was black, and I made fun of the people freaking out over that. Ultrox Infinity comes in with his trademark sarcasm with, "Yeah, right, next you'll be telling me there's a black Spider-Man." The joke, of course, being there is a black Spider-Man, and there's a fairly popular character. And so that's the joke. Edwin Diaz comes in and says, "But there is one already." That's the joke, though. But you know what? This has been saved here for about a year. I'm going to unleash it just so it pops up in Ultrox's notifications, and he can just feel the enrage of someone just not getting the joke, replying from his perspective a year later. So let's let that out there just to troll Ultrox a little bit. So that's the second comment we let out into the wild, and that one was just sarcastic. This is a comment on the Transformers animated timeline. This person says that it's kind of dumb that the creator of the show refuses to have animated be part of the multiverse, or maybe it was Primus and Unicron, but still keeps Primus worship. How does this make any sense? The comment held for as spam says, it never said Unicron. Is Malgus. He could be, we won't know probably. Which doesn't make sense, so I'm just going to wipe that out of the world. Here's a Transformers lore video on the Marvel comics. This person says the story's interesting, but the art sucks. And then this person who got held as spam says, "Did I say that the comics sucked?" He wasn't replying to you, first of all. So this dude pops out of nowhere and says, "Did I say like, nobody said you said that. Did I say that the comics sucked? No, 80s comics are bleeping awesome, but since you said that the art sucked, so I liked to point out that it was from the 80s, plus every 80s Marvel comics were awesome." I can kind of see what he's saying here, grammatically wise, but there's still a lot of grammatical points that don't make sense here. we can put it. It does add a little bit to the conversation. Not an opinion I share, but it can be put out there. So that's the third comment let out into the wild. So on an unrelated video about the Seekers, this was just before Transformers The Last Night came out. And this person says, you're disappearing off the internet tomorrow, right? And I was disappearing the day Transformers The Last Night came out because I didn't want to be spoiled. And then Edwin Diaz says, The Last Night comes out tomorrow, so I guess he might. Which I had already liked the comment there, sort of like giving my confirmation that yes, I am disappearing. So there really was no point to put that out there. Technically, I could go 50-50 here, but I'm going to lean towards Thanos snapping. This is on a Transformers lore, like what's in a name type series where I discuss the name of Transformers. This person says, so when will we see Big Convoy? How the heck are we going to get an English name for him? Which Big Convoy is the English name for him. Jetfire48 says you could just stick to his Japanese name. Or you could use Big Convoy, which is his English name. So for a lack of logic, we're Thanos snapping here. On the same video where we're talking about Deathsaurus, this dude says Deathsaurus, that is the dumbest name in Transformers lore. Jetfire48 says cough horrendously G1 Micromaster Erector. Sure, we can let that one out. So that's the fourth one that's been freed. Good video, keep it up for Mr. Bass Boost on a Transformers lore video. Sure, why not? Pretty sure it's going to be spam, but whatever. Transformers Alone Together. I absolutely love the artwork of this comic. It's charming, gritty, seducing. That's weird. Charismatic. It's an eccentric, fluid art form that reflects the philosophical, existential dialogue of the comic. It's awesome. Deleted for using the word seducing on a children's toy line comic. Now, a Transformers More lore video, we have a comment from Diamond Bolt, who says, good to see someone properly tackle this topic, and then Just a Ghost comes in saying, hey, Diamond Bolt, another great YouTuber. I guess there's nothing wrong with letting this out, but sure, why not? We'll put this out there. What was that, number 5? I'm losing count. A Transformers lore video where Robert Larson asks if I'm going to do a video on some of these clusters, and then another dude adds robotics. If I was still doing Transformers lore videos, and this was made when I was making Transformers lore videos, I would have approved that. But also at the same time, it's going to be weird to approve it now after Transformers lore has been done for over a year. Sure, why not? We can put it out there. On the My Fears for the Last Night, one person asked an unrelated question about where Transformers Victory is in the continuity, and then Jetfire points out that it's not in the same continuity as the movies. Sure, why not? We can put that out there. This person says, can't wait for part 2 on Alone Together, and this person says, where is it? I continued Beast Wars Uprising in a series called Transformers Lore Podcast, so that's where it would be. If you had half the time... If you don't have enough time to look for the video, you won't have enough time to watch the video, so we're getting rid of that. So one person asked if the Yusha and Brave is part of the Transformers multiverse lore. This person says, you know what? I've gotten tired of more than the stuff that makes the movies bad in the Transformers movie /live action films, period, is people like you and TF fans like you. First of all, Hasbro and Paramount were the ones who hired Michael Bay to direct these films in the first place, and the movie universe, Tyran 707.04 Delta's lore, which, yes, it does have its own lore and continuity, was built and inspired upon things from previous versions, and it doesn't continue, it just ends on and. By the way, this person mentions nothing about the movie universe. We're going to Thanos snap that here. Interesting that all these bad comments are mostly coming on my Transformer videos. You don't have the same held as spam ratio on my other videos. This dude was reacting to a plot twist, and he's like corroborating that plot twist. Sure, I'll approve that. Am I the only one who prefers cartoon over this rubbish? Talking about the comics, and this dude says, hey, no cussing, pal. You know, I like this one. Yeah, we could put this out here. And then the last one, it was my meme video about the Michael Bay Transformers universe being bad. This person says, I'm not offended by the video. Michael Bay is a joke. Looking forward to a Transformers reboot. Do it for the children. And then Jamison Locke says, a reboot will never happen. Nobody is interested in a reboot. It's funny how... It's funny how, with the benefit of hindsight, we can... okay. I'm just gonna allow this one just for the memes. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this search through my spam folder and clearing that up. So, yeah, feel free to leave more comments on my videos. If it's a good comment and it accidentally gets sent to spam or held for review and I see it, then it's going to be approved. But sometimes I'll let the bad ones just sit there for a bit and, you know, showcase them to the world with you guys. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. My social media, by the way, is in the description. And subscribe if you have not yet. I need to get better at knowing how to end videos.